Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Woodland Gear at mywoodlandgear.com, and today, for less than $50, I'm going to show you how to build your own homemade archery range. So grab your gear and let's get ready for our next Woodland adventure. Okay, so one of the biggest tips I can give you to help make this budget friendly is to go and talk to your local lumber yard. Most lumber yards have what's called culled lumber, and that just means that the board is warped or twisted so bad that they can't use it for normal building practice. Now you can use just a regular old hand saw to cut the boards, that's fine, that's what you got. But we're not making furniture or cabinetry, so I'm just going to rough cut them with a chainsaw. It's a lot faster and quicker, and it's a lot more manly. Right now we're building the back that the actual hay bales are going to lean against, so we're just going to go ahead and screw the bottom board in, and then we're going to do the top. Alright, so this is going to be the back where the hay bales lean up against, and it's pretty decent size as you can see, and provided you're not a horrible shot, should be plenty of room. Next, what we're going to do is build a couple of angled, kind of like triangle pieces, and that's going to stabilize it from falling backwards. Alright, so right now all we have is just one screw in the top board and one screw in the bottom board. And that's so if we need to, we can adjust these angles pretty easily and pretty readily if we need to. Once we get an angle that we like on this bumpy ground, we'll go in and we'll set the angle with 2 screws. We use 2 screws to lock it into place, and then we'll take another board and run it across each of these angle supports, and it'll help it to stop from racking back and forth. Alright, so here we just got these 4x4s laid out. It's going to keep the hay bales off the ground. And then we just took an 8-foot 2x4 and we laid it over top of this ratchet strap. What's going to happen is we're going to stack these hay bales on top of this 2x4. And then once we get them stacked to the right height, we're going to put another one on top of it. And we're going to ratchet strap them all together, and it'll kind of sandwich them together. And the 2x4s will keep the ratchet straps from digging too far into the hay bales. Okay, so all we did was we went ahead and stacked the hay bales up. We got a nice solid wall here. And we took some 2x4s, we ran them across the bottom and across the top. And we also took what's called dunnage, and that's just scrap pieces of lumber that they put lumber on top of in lumber yards. You can get those for free usually. And we took the dunnage, we ran our straps that way, and it helps to compress everything together. So now it's one sturdy solid wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of these scrap pieces that we clipped off, and we're just going to drill them into our stand and into these 2x4s that we strapped. That way it doesn't fall forward. So that way we'll be protected backwards, we'll be protected forwards, and we should be good to go. Alright, so after taking a few shots at our target, we've noticed some defects, some areas of improvement that we'll get to in other videos in this series. For one is right where the hay bales meet, especially in the corners, there are huge holes. and if you miss, it's going to go straight through and fly off into oblivion. But if you hit on one of these 3 solid rows, it's pretty good and solid. It might go up to the fletchings, so it works really well for that. My bow's 55-pound draw weight, and it sends the arrows all the way up through to the fletching. So we can offset this by taking a second row of hay bales and stacking them up over the cracks, over the creases. And not only will this give us more depth to penetrate through for our arrows, but it'll also cover up some of these holes. So we'll get to doing that in some of the future videos, hopefully. Another thing we noticed about it is that it, even at the full draw weight, if you're really close to the target, you know, less than about 15 yards, it can possibly send the arrow all the way through. That's with a stronger weight bow. Definitely with a crossbow, no doubt about that. But hopefully, again, we're hoping to offset that by putting up a second row of hay bales right in front. But overall, we're pretty pleased with it. And it's working pretty great, especially if you stay in one of these 3 rows, 3 lines of hay bales. Future videos, we're going to make an actual lane. We're going to clear out some of this grass, make a couple of rails to stand at to mark the distances, and hopefully we're going to add onto this and create a second wall right in front of it. That way we don't lose so many arrows. So stay tuned for that. All right, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a like, comment, or subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find more videos just like this one. And make sure you keep checking back for installments of the next episode of the series, where we're going to continue working on our little archery range and hopefully finish it up in time to get some good practice in before the archery season. Thanks for watching, and remember, adventure is waiting.